with S.W.A.T star Shemar Moore, and we got yes, the ladies love Shemar. And we've got a sneak peek of the new season of S.W.A.T, so let's take a look.
Street says hello.
Oh, yeah? How's he doing?
About how you'd expect. You should ask him yourself if you're curious.
Let's roll, people.
Yeah, let's roll, people. It's great to have Shemar Moore here with us.
Go S.W.A.T, baby.
Go S.W.A.T.
Can I say one thing?
What's that?
I just got to say hello to my homies, to my fans, and to my... and to my baby girls. Where you at? There you go. There we go.
I tell you right.
We're not going to hear this interview because they're squealing through the whole thing.
The ladies love Shemar, and Shemar loves the ladies.
All day, every day. All
But
day, every
you know,
day.
I actually, speaking of which, I heard a little story, man. I've never done it.
Uh-oh.
But I heard you did it.
What's up?
You actually slipped up and you sexted your mom.
You sexted your mom.
Yeah, you sexted your mom.
You can love the ladies. You cannot love your mom.
So, wow, you did your homework. Okay. You know, I love my mother to death, and so when I get to talking mess and just going, Ma, I met this girl, man, she got this and she got that, and she's like, oh, Shemar, you're just like your father, right? And she's like, you know, and she's like, I'm gonna be the oldest grandmother in the world. Can you stop practicing already and just make me a grandmama, you know? But there was this one time, it was my last girlfriend. I was coming home from work, and I was just, you know, was missing on her a little bit, and I just was, you know, trying to trade some kisses and have a little, you know, have a little fun, little something. And I was, you know, I was looking for a little hanky-panky, a little, I don't know, well, you know, just, you know, give me
Booty
some...
calls,
Give
what
it,
it's called.
no. No. Booty call is when it's not your main squeeze. When it booty call...
Oh, okay.
Booty call, as my mother would say, is when you're just practicing.
Okay,
But when you got your main girl,
It's
you
a
know,
duty call.
So I was coming home from work, and I was like, hey babe, how was your day? And you know, just, you know, what you got on? And I'm coming home, and da 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 da. I was just saying some cute, you know, stuff. And then but my mother had texted me while I was at work, talking about what she wanted to do this weekend, da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, baby, you know, I hope you got that thing on. And when I come home, and I said, when I come home, you better be ready, because I'm gonna put it on you. And And I push send, and you know when your heart drops to your feet, and you go, you remember that Southwest commercial, Want to Get Away? So I pushed send, and that little blue bar went like this, and it said Mom, and I was like, oh no. I was like, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then she called me, and she not only said, you're just like your father. My mother's from Boston, so she got that Boston Paknakan Harvard Yard accent.
Yeah.
So she loves to say, you're just like your father. And then when I'm really being a pain, she goes, you're such a jackass. You know. So she texts me back, you're such a jackass. So.
Well, it leads us nicely into our next question, because you said you wanted to settle down and start a family, which starts with a text like that sometimes.
It's called foreplay. It's
yeah,
foreplay.
Exactly.
You know,
Usually not with your mom, but that's okay.
No, but see, chivalry is not dead.
It's not dead.
Chivalry is not dead.
No, but so everyone in our audience today wants to know, what do you look for in a woman?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well,
A lot of volunteers like,
well, I will say this. I mean, I'm a man, and so physically, and it takes both. It takes physically and what you got on the inside. Physically, my top 3 favorite things are eyes, mouth, and that booty. All right. Okay. Now, but now my mother has raised the bar so high, because my mother is, in her day and still to this day, she just turned 75 years old, but she'll tell you, in her younger days, I had the best backside, this side of such and such, right? But my mother was also highly, highly educated.
Right.
She had a master's in counseling, another second master's in business administration,
wow.
teaching degree. So she taught at Berkeley and Laney in the late 60s, before I was born. So she's so smart, and she always said, she goes, whoever you end up with, make sure she has an education, because you want to make sure your children, you have the right inspiration to get a good education.
Right.
And I gotta say, So happy to have you here. Obviously, our audience is so excited to have you here. Yeah. The second season of S.W.A.T premieres on the 27th. Make sure you check out Shemar Moore.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.